Welcome back to Logic Unlocked. We are tasked with evaluating this improper integral. The combination of a sixth-power polynomial and a Gaussian-like exponential suggests a specific strategy. Let's see how this unfolds. First, let's visualize the integrand to understand the geometry of what we're dealing with. The function is positive for all positive x, rising to a peak before the exponential term forces it to zero. It's that beautiful interplay between polynomial growth and exponential decay. We are calculating the precise area of this shaded region extending all the way to infinity. Our first move is to simplify the exponential term, which dictates the function's behavior. We set u equal to 4 times x squared. This transformation will linearize the exponent, which is going to make everything much cleaner. To perform the substitution, we must express x explicitly in terms of u. Solving for x, we find it equals the square root of u divided by 2. Differentiating both sides yields the relationship between the differentials dx and du. Substituting these expressions into our original integral produces this new form. Now we need to simplify. Let's follow the order of operations carefully. First, we evaluate the term raised to the sixth power. 2 to the power of 6 is 64, and the square root of u to the sixth is u cubed. Now we identify the constants that can be factored out of the integral. 64 times 4 is 256. We extract this fraction and write the square root term as a negative exponent. Finally, we combine the powers of u using the laws of exponents. 3 minus 1/2 equals 5/2. This is the simplified form we need, and it's starting to look very familiar. The integral part of our expression is a classic special function. The gamma function is defined as the integral of t raised to z minus 1 times e to the negative t. It's one of the most important special functions in mathematics. Let's match our current integral to this definition. The exponent 5/2 must correspond to z minus 1. Therefore, z equals 7/2. Our integral evaluates to gamma of 7/2. We must now calculate the specific value of gamma of 7/2. We use the recursive property. Gamma of z plus 1 equals z times gamma of z. This reduces the argument by 1 at each step, like climbing down a ladder. We start with gamma of 7/2. Applying the rule once, we get 5/2 times gamma of 5/2. Applying it again to the remaining gamma term gives us 3/2 times gamma of 3/2. One last application brings us to 1/2 times gamma of 1/2. And here's a beautiful fact. Gamma of 1/2 is a fundamental constant in mathematics. It is exactly equal to the square root of pi. This connection between the gamma function and pi is one of those deep relationships that shows up everywhere in mathematics. We multiply the numerators. 5 times 3 times 1 equals 15. And multiplying the denominators gives 8. The gamma term equals 15/8 times the square root of pi. We are now ready to combine all parts for the final solution. We bring back the constant 1 over 256 and multiply it by our gamma result. The final calculation is the product of the denominators. 256 times 8. This yields the final exact answer. 15 times the square root of pi divided by 2048. From that intimidating integral to this elegant closed form. That's the power of recognizing the gamma function. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed seeing how substitution and the gamma function work together to solve integrals, hit that like button and subscribe for more mathematical insights. See you next time.